1 2 1 2. Say mic check 1 2 1 2. Hey. Say mic check 1 2 1 2. Say mic check 1 2 1 2. Hey.
Mama told me count your blessings, God gon' lead the way. Gotta fast the last, gotta pray if you gon' run this race. Hey, when your cookies start to crumble, you end up with cake. Hey, when these storms into your life, they stimulate the hate. Block boomer with the pole, boy. With me ain't never no flexing. 5 rocket on the side of me, in case a nigga try to check me. I keep my mind on my paper, dawg. Can never let a nigga stress me. I'm real cool with the old soul, but a quick draw like a Weston. Charles Bronson, a mechanic. Mariah ass with them cannons. Too hot to hold, it can't handle. When I'm on the scene, they can't stand me. Bitches be thinking it's because I'm rolling one deep and no fuck with the beef. I'm just keeping it G. The boom on the block when I come on the scene. Blow a nigga weak bad. Rethink what he thought about fucking with me. No disrespect. Will be tolerated in the presence of me. You made that thing go pow. I made that thing go boom. I get that thing one shot. OG Bobby Johnson with the tool. Take go. 1 man, 1 shot, 1 round, 1 gun. Ride around with my daddy, old 22, acting like a young boy. Run up on me if you want what. I'ma give you what you want what. 1 shot to your dumb boy. Block boom with me, boom on the block. On the block. We got the boom on the block. We got the boom on the block. Stay Connected TV is a podcast that is all about positive reinforcement in the community, helping you to further your life and chase your dreams. Stay positive and stay connected. So, we've been talking about this guy for the last 2 months. Been hearing his name here and there. Been hearing a couple projects, may have his name attached to it. Recently been seeing maybe 10, 12 videos put up. Maybe a light buzz. I don't know. Maybe a wave coming in. Been watching him, kind of seeing what he's doing. And just kind of thought I'd give him a chance to come out, man, and express himself a little bit. You know, give him a little glory. You know what I mean? Give him a little shout out. So without further ado, we got SinnaMan. What's going on, man? It's your boy checking in, SinnaMan. So, ain't nothing too much, my guy. Just cooling for the new year, man. Obviously, like you already said, man, I was listening to you before you came on, and just little light work projects, my guy. You know, trying to build Stay Connected TV. It's just a little something that I eventually want to get into. You know, the rap stuff is just, you know, little light work. You know, it's stuff I've been doing, but you know, I mean, if you got a gift or a talent, you know, I feel like, you know, you don't want to let it go to waste. My biggest problem was just monetizing me or getting the business side of everything done, and that's where I'm starting to pick up at. You know, it was always a option or something that was accessible to me. It was just like, you know, I had to make the decisions that, you know, hey, I want to decide to at least start, you know, making the video, start, you know, content creating, so that I can push myself into being, you know, a big platform, so that we can talk about topics that, you know, that are either troubling me or troubling somebody in the community. You know, more like a even event session, or, you know, playing underground music. People that, you know, don't really get a chance to get into the spotlight. You know, that's what I'm creating, Stay Connected TV, man. You know, it's a lot of people that, you know, because they don't get that shine or they don't get that spotlight, they may have been on a big project with somebody else, or, you know, have done a song with somebody else and the connection might not have went right. You know, fussing and fighting, you know, jealousy, envy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That stuff happens in the game.
biggest thing between black men, you know, is the egos, or if somebody that did something to you, you know what I'm saying, you got that attachment to you, so now you that much more cautious of things that are going around you and things like that. But, you know, I just want that open platform, that open stage to be able to talk to it. And, you know, I've started to see that it comes along with a resume, you know, portfolio, big build, you know. So starting right now, just small time, just trying to create content every day, just trying to stay relevant, man. Been watching the Texas market. Shout out to TT Ignati. Shout out to OTLSA. Shout out to Pop Austin Media. These guys already hit me in my inbox. I never responded. It was like a test. Just wanted to test it out, you know, just to see what everything in that market was about, man. And it's real. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's real. It's something that I felt like I just I wasn't prepared for. It's like, you know, you ask for something and then you get that answer and you be like, oh snap, crickets. I'm like, yeah, like, okay, I don't want to send them no garbage. I want everything to be solid. So, man, just really just trying to open myself up and network. Either in my hometown, right here in Jacksonville, Texas, you know, hadn't really reached out to anybody in Atlanta or Carolina, but plan to, you know. But realistically, just working on me, SinnaMan right now. You know, that's, you know, just you know, some thoughts. You know, just really just thoughts right now, man. I'm working on being a solid businessman right now, and I feel like once I can find that formula for being that solid businessman, I'll be in a better position. So right now I'm just grinding, learning, grinding, and still convincing myself every day that, you know, it's never too late. And that's why I'm dropping these lines. That's why I'm, you know, doing SinnaMan. Because SinnaMan is that underdog. SinnaMan is that guy that started off late, that been dragging ass a little bit, you know, and not really reading the fine print. If you take the time to read the fine print and then take the time to perfect your craft, stop BSing. And that's what I'm hearing a lot of. I'm doing it without all of the prison and the gangster stuff and, you know, spinning the block and all that stuff. It's just, you know, regular stuff for me. I'm not no gangster, nothing like that. I ain't got no op. You know, guys that I do confide in, either they gonna work with you or they ain't. You know, and if it ain't that, I keep it spinning. I keep it moving, you know what I mean? Because, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta take care of your family. That's what you're doing it for. Taking care of your family, taking care of, you know, your well-being first and foremost. But, man, I got kids. I got kids, bro. So I gotta handle business, you know. And I'm just rediscovering that, you know, it's something that I like to do. Not only being in front of a camera, but being able to talk to other people about their experiences, man. I do so much of it just in my spare time. So it's like, why not talk to people, you know, on the platform? It's something I really like to do. It's just all about not talking about it, just getting out there doing it. It's a lot of street work involved into it. It's a lot of networking involved into it. You got to be able to, you know, get up in the morning and say, this is what I want to do, and be motivated to do that. And that's where I'm at. So, hey, man, y'all, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. Shout out to Stay Connected TV, man. Shout out to Stay Connected TV. You know what I mean? For having me on here, because, I mean, it's a cold feeling sometimes being out there, like, where, you know, you don't really know the direction to go in, but you just kind of want to put it out there, like, hey, I'm doing this, and I'm gonna go for what I know. I'm gonna go for guts and glory. So, hey, we gonna keep grinding. We gonna keep doing everything. You know what I'm saying? SinnaMan. Shoot, I hear that, my brother. So what's been driving you, man? What's been keeping you going? I hear you say gangster. You know, I hear you say you don't have a prison story. You're not no ball player, no football player, no basketball player. You're not known for doing no track or nothing like that in your hometown, or you're not a big star. So what's driving you, man? What made you start this whole what made you start this whole podcast thing up, man? To even to want to help out there in the community. Have you been doing anything beforehand? Is there anything that influenced you to want to build, a platform? The reasoning behind it? Is it just a cloud chasing thing or a clickbait thing, or what's the reasoning behind it? Okay, yeah. So I think I totally know where you're going with that too, because I mean, it's late in the game. I get it. 38 years old, man. Really, it's just life and kids right now. So I got so many kids, man. So just really trying to raise my kids, bro. But knowing in the back of my mind, like, man, it's they got to have a blueprint. I got two sons, and that's what's most important to me right now. Is like, my boys, like leaving them something that they can do to where they don't have to depend on, the wiles and the trials and the struggles of society. They already got something built. So it's like you got to start somewhere. I know that it may be a little late in the game, but it's never too late, man. Because the harder you work and the harder you grind, to try to accomplish your goals, it's just that much further away from. I mean, just that much, man. You just got to keep on pushing and keep on grinding, and it's like that's where I'm at. I really, really have had so many situations to where like I've been attached to different groups of people, 10 at a time, 20, 30 at a time, and it's like cats is like really, really looking at me like, okay, man, go talk to old man, or go talk to OG over there, go talk to your boy, like I've always been that cat, so like. And a lot of people don't admit things like that, or they come to you in secret. So I'm like that secret passage, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you come to like into a cave. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Like it's all secretive or something like that. But when it come. You know what I'm saying? It's like always like a God-given time where nothing and nobody else around can stop the conversation for that period of time, and I come into that a lot. So it's like, SinnaMan, is that underdog guy, that guy that, you can, come holler at, that's got problems, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no star or nothing like that. Now, I'm SinnaMan, you know what I'm saying? Underground, you know what I'm saying? Bottom of the map entertainment type. That was me back in the day, man, when I first started, with the producing and making the beats and coming out. Bottom of the map entertainment production. I was always screaming that out. But realistically, I done talked to so many people and been in so many different situations that it's like it's kind of hard not to want to get on the platform and talk about some of the things, because a lot of the topics, people may not touch on. You know what I mean? You got the Kwame Brown situation. You got the Hassan Campbell. You know what I'm saying? How his prison story. You know what I'm saying? You got the TTE 90. You know what I'm saying, with the Fed stories, and the OG person with the Fed stories. You know what I'm saying? Then all these guys with the tough stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what about the guys that don't have stuff like that going on, man? You know what I mean? That are just regular guys. You know what I mean? What kind of regular stuff that you going through, man? I'm going through fatherly stuff, you know what I mean? Raising my kid, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that, my son don't fall into, some of the same categories that I fell into. I see myself in him in school. What kind of identifiers, you know what I mean, that I can bring publicly, you know what I mean, that we recognize, as a black man. My son started with a speech impediment, from a little type, you know what I mean? And once I knew it, you know what I mean, I had to attack it a certain way. So he's got an IEP, you know what I mean? So when you start, looking into a podcast that, you know what I'm saying, is bringing different elements, I want to bring that lower level element. It's really a lower level element because we don't really talk about those things. It's always a rap star, you know what I'm saying, or or sports star, you know what I'm saying, that we talk about, but we never talk about the little light stuff that's going on in the hood. I could talk about football, you know what I'm saying, but I use football as an outlet for my 7-year-old, you know what I mean, because he needed the discipline, so I put him on the football team. He realized that he didn't want to do football, so he like, I ain't interested in that right now because I don't do all the hitting and stuff like that, so he got on the ball, you know what I'm saying, he being straight with his schoolwork and stuff like that. But those things like that are the topics and things like that, you know what I mean, that I really want to, you know what I'm saying, I want to bring the light, that's what I mean when I say, podcast or a bigger platform, you know what I'm saying, that's what I want to create, and realistically, I believe that, if I go chase it hard enough, you know what I mean, here shortly, it'll be something that I can do, and I can focus all of my attention to it. You know what I'm saying? He's interested anyway. My son, my oldest son, man, he's picking up the ring light, camera, things like that right now. Anyway, so I feel like I gotta go hard. You know what I'm saying? Because they watching me. Both of my boys, they watching me, you know what I mean? They watching me hard. Every time I jump in the truck, they hear a song come on, every time they see a video, they watching me, you know what I mean? They right there next to me. So if that's enough motivation for me, you know what I'm saying? Forget everything and everybody around me. My sons, that's what I'm doing it for. That's why I want to leave that blueprint to. That's who I want, you know what I'm saying, to have, this here tangible thing that they can hold on to, you know what I mean? And just it'll be solid, you know what I mean? So, good question, man. Good question. And I hear, so I'm hearing also that cause so I heard that you want to create a big platform and you want to leave that blueprint for your sons, man. But also when it comes down to SinnaMan, as far as the artist or the music maker, man, tell us a little bit about what you're doing, what's it about, because so far, listening to the episodes, I checked them out. It was 1 through I think 8 or 9 that is posted already, and I'm hearing the gospel as a kid growing up and then moving to college, and I'm hearing starting to touch into the secular world, and then hype man and hooking up with I think it was Mac Boy Wonder. I hear about the Carolinas thing, and then moving here to Jacksonville, meeting is a problem, and then XP, Murder Mike, Soundboy. I believe I got them all correct in that order because I know that 1 through 9 was going through chronological order. So to the most current event, the project with XP. What do you have going forward? Are you stuck into this whole I got it on me phase? Are you is that where you ending up at? Are you talking about a big platform? Are you talking about wanting to give advice or opportunities where you've had to give advice that how is that in correlation to your music? Are you going to put any of that into your music, as far as the platform, or is the platform going to be influenced by your music? Any? What type of music is it, so to speak? Is it, that type of music that's going to go along with what you're talking about? Basically is what we're saying. Nah, man. Hey, man, I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you. Great question again, man. You always put it out there, man. That's one thing I can say about you. Stay connected TV. Like you come after the real facts. So you ask the real questions. Man, listen. I started out realistically, man, just out there doing warehouse work in Jacksonville, and it became it became competitive on a job, and it became, let's get this money. And through bereavement, like my mom passing and things like that, she's been an inspiration for me to just keep pushing forward. You know what I mean? Pushing forward in life, because she had so much to do with, when I had a problem, when I had something going on in my life, when, there was trials, tribulations going on in my life, you know what I'm saying? When I had problems at work, when I had problems with, my marriage, when I had problems, just coping with life. That's one of the people that I stay rooted and grounded to. So with that being said, man, like, I started doing the pain music, but the pain music was the outlet because I had lost my father, I had lost my mother, so feeling like you're losing a whole part of you, and then not even having the place where you grew up as a child attached to you, it's something to cope with. But like I said, Murder Mike, me and him did apply pressure. My mom checked out on me before she died. Tube in her throat and everything. She heard it, listened to it. Okay, great record. Then I did Hustle Ground and Pray after that. Me, Murder Mike, Town Boy, we killed it. But somebody ended up getting a beat. Had to get the beat remade. That was the start of all of it, man. Apply pressure. So much been on my mind, got my head hurting, and sometimes I want to cry, but you know what I mean? Like, the words. And then hustle, grind, and pray, you know what I mean? We hustle, we grind, we pray. Yeah, hey, we hustle, we grind, we pray. All of that stuff was at the warehouse, man, you know what I mean? It was a competitive spirit there, you know what I mean? It was a brotherhood there. It was everything. And that's where I started, realistically, like, just my motivation for getting back into it, because I kept running into so many people that were talented, you know what I mean? So to answer your question directly, man, like, I never really was like this drill rapper, or, you know what I mean, like this gangster rapper or nothing like that, you know what I mean? It was just, like I said, I got it on me. Now my mom's passed, man, I definitely want to integrate, you know what I'm saying, the energy that drill rap has into it, you know what I'm saying, with just timeless music, man, you know what I'm saying, that we'll be able to listen to, and, okay, yeah, it's energizing me for the day, but what is it saying? You know what I mean? What is it saying to me? I got, like, as the day goes on, all of these trials, tribulations that I'm facing, that come my way as the day goes on, like, real spirituals deep down inside, but got that young person spirit to it, I got, songs like Gotta Go Get the Check, everyday people stuff, you know what I mean, that the average bartender or waitress or, warehouse worker or store clerk or, store manager, gas station, department store, whatever, that you gotta go get the check. A lot of people talking about getting the bag, but if you're not a super grinder, then you might as well focus on going to get that check, that pension, that retirement, that what's right in front of you. Gotta go get the check. That was big. That's a record that, like I said, we ain't really speaking on too much. You know what I mean? We ain't speaking on too much. I got the videos. I got the music coming out, man. It's all about timing and placement, man. But that positive movement, that's what I'm on, man. And it ain't really like, I'm starting to get it a lot too, man, because I try to do collabs, out here with the different people, man. And realistically, we got good music together. And I pray, a lot of times, someday, it's coming to the surface. It's coming to the surface, but you know what I mean? I just want to be humble, you know what I mean? And just keep creating, you know what I mean? If some of those projects come out, in a different light, at a different time, that'd be cool. But if not, hey, SinnaMan, I keep creating and I keep putting out different content that's gonna definitely be that's gonna be to where the older generation and the younger generation can vibe together. When you hear that older guy, you know what I'm saying, that's 50, 60-year-old, and he's still out there, you know what I'm saying, on the concrete team, you know what I mean, out there doing, mixing mortar and stuff like that. But you got that young guy come by in the store to get something to drink too, right there behind him, you know what I mean, and he, you know what I'm saying, he the one that's toting the bags, putting the boy there, you know what I'm saying, getting on the stern and stuff like that, you know what I mean, for this older guy, giving him the relief, you know what I'm saying, but you still got the one that's over them, you know what I mean, and that's, that's who I'm representing, man. I'm representing for those people who still work under those circumstances, man. They're still putting their work on their back, you know what I'm saying, so gotta go get the check, you know what I mean, shit stains, all of this stuff is motivation, you know what I mean, just pushing forward, man, to get that bigger platform, to get that bigger bag, so to speak. But we gonna go get the check before we get the bag, you know what I mean, if that make any sense, man. Just stay with me, just stay with me, man. It's a journey. It's a gradual growing process. My boy Zero did it, man. 44, 45 years old, you know what I'm saying, boy? So I ain't faking or shaking and jiving like I got time, but I am one deep. Doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's coming along though. The characters coming along. The moves I'm making is coming along. The scenery is coming along. I'm getting more attachments to put together everything. So it's definitely coming along, man. DJ CK1, SinnaMan. Definitely something to recognize. Stay Connected TV. Definitely something to keep them antennas out for, man. Cause we coming. Hottest topics, you know what I mean? From the old to the new, you know what I mean? And from the generation X to the generation now, we're gonna bring it to a connection. That's what it's all about, man. Staying connected. But I really just want to say, man, I appreciate y'all for having me on here, man. I appreciate that, man, because it's some of the exposure that I need, man. Like, people don't know that it's hard, it's grinding, you know what I mean? Getting up every day, man. You have adversity, you have trials, tribulations, like I said, that you go through every single day, you know what I mean? You have relationship issues, man. You have job issues, you know what I mean? A lot of different things. But me, I hustle for the people that's, you know what I'm saying, on the underground. I do it to leave a blueprint for my sons, most definitely, you know what I mean? SinnaMan for sure. But I do it, man, you know what I mean, for those people that I see, man, that I know They want to do something else. They trying to break away from that work on their back. You know what I'm saying? From being so hard. You know what I mean? They running from, you know, that job that's, you know, putting that 10 to 15 years of physicality on their back, and they need that different something to get them away from that. You know what I mean? And I like I said, through sharing these hot topics and this music and different things like that, hopefully I can create something that's going to be big, you know what I'm saying, to where we can band together, you know what I'm saying, and stop, you know, physically really toting these workloads and kind of start coming here and coming here and coming here, you know, and getting here. So I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Stay Connected TV. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, all of the people that helped me and that prayed for me. You know, they're still praying for me. Shout out to my wife and my kids. You know, every last one of my kids, I love you. Every last one of my kids, I love you. Even you, Zaya Boo, love you. And I just want to thank God as well for helping me to complete 10 episodes, guys. I appreciate you tuning in to 10 episodes of the life of SinnaMan, how it became, the trials and the tribulations that I've gone through, a little bit about all of the music that I've done. It's been great these last couple weeks, and now I'm on. So stay tuned, man. Stay positive and stay connected.